So I'm in Seattle, and I was passing by these container ships right here, and I just wanted to comment on how fortunate we actually are to have these containers and the container ships to transport goods throughout the world. I know that's kind of a weird thought, but the reason why much of what we have today and why things are so cheap in most of our countries at this moment is because we get access to other countries. And it's actually container ships that is driving the vast majority of that effort. Because we're able to ship inexpensively and easily and, relatively with little cost, both in terms of what the actual cost is, like financial cost, but also environmental cost. I know that there is a large environmental cost if you add it all up, but per container ship or per container, it's not as much as you think it is in terms of the cost of shipping from one place to the next. Because we have access to all of that, we're able to have unbelievable amounts of prosperity. If you look around in your house at this moment and you try to think about what is actually manufactured in the country that you live in, it's actually really tiny. And some of you might argue that that is a bad thing, but the reason why we actually do that is because it's not only cheaper, but then other people around the world are actually better at doing things than you are. There's this great video, I've mentioned it before, and it's this TED Talk where this guy tries to make his own toaster. And he tries to smelt the metal, make the plastic, do the electrical work, and he makes it at the end. But it ends up costing an ungodly amount. It was like $5,000 or something like that for a toaster that cost about $19 in the store. Then on top of that, it was very dangerous. It looked like you were going to get blown up at any time. And then on top of that, it was ugly as you can ever get out. It functioned kind of, but not really. So, what we have to think about is a lot of this stuff we can't do. We can't do on an individual scale. We can't do within a single country. We have to take advantage of everybody. And as much as people don't like that, whenever we get upset about other countries doing this, frankly, it's just because we're afraid of what other people are going to do. And we have to come to a knowledge for all of us actually to cooperate is very much the ideals of business. And if you do it right, is very much a sharing, collaborative, democratic, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a very, very positive experience. Because you have to submit and admit you don't know everything. You're not good at everything. And frankly, that's okay. You do your one little tiny thing and let somebody else someplace around the world do their little tiny thing. And as we acknowledge this, we actually grow. As we trade with other people and we allow other people to do the good things that they can do, we grow tremendously. And that's what has been driving a lot of the economic prosperity that we actually have, and some of the tension, because we have to admit we're not good enough. But from my perspective, I'm okay with admitting that I'm not good enough. And I can let somebody else do something that's better. And you know what? Frankly, you gotta just take a step back and be okay with who you are. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.